Welcome back to another episode of Tech TLDR. Today we have a space recap of the Blue Origin's NS-14 launch, as well as what their plans are going ahead now that they successfully launched this. So if you're interested in that as well, be sure to stick through the whole episode. But let's talk about what happened yesterday. So Blue Origin successfully launched their NS-14, which is the New Shepard capsule, into, I wouldn't say orbit, it did essentially a hop. Now, the reason of this test is to not only to make sure that they can land their booster like they normally do, but the capsule itself. So the capsule is actually upgraded. It's a new capsule. This is the capsule they're going to be using for space tourism, essentially, putting people into orbit and around the moon. Rich people, essentially, can only afford that. But that's how Blue Origin plans to fund their further endeavors in the space program and to get farther ahead into more missions, is starting with the space tourism. So this capsule itself is a brand new capsule. The test was to test its safety features, its communication systems, the wiring systems within it. They also put a little test dummy in there named Mannequin Skywalker to see how it reacted during the entire thing, to see if there's any bumping around, things like that. So it was really cool to see. It technically went into space, 66 miles into the sky, and the border for that space is 62 miles. So 4 miles into space, the capsule was able to go. It was pretty cool. Now, both the booster and the capsule made a successful landing, and they're both reusable components, so we can see both of these being reused in the future. And the importance of this is that they don't have to keep spending money buying new material to build these again, paying all the money to manufacture these, and all the costs that come along with spaceflight. This is a big part of the business to make sure that everything they do is more cost efficient and can save them money in the long run to put more money towards getting us to Mars, establishing bases on the moon, things like that. With this successful landing in mind, there are bigger things that are coming into play soon. So Jeff Bezos has said that they want to get people riding this as early as April. They want to have people actually going into space on this capsule. So this was the NS-14, which stands for New Shepard 14, its 14th test. They're having the SN-15, the next flight, coming in play. I believe they're essentially using the same thing. The whole 15 just means the number of flights. But either way, it's exciting to see that by February we're going to see the NS-15 launch, and that this new upgrade is successful, and by April we're going to see people using Blue Origin to go into space. Now, I have some photo right here on CNBC's website. This is their rendering from Blue Origin of the inside of this capsule. This is pretty high tech looking. I mean, it's funny because in like 30 years we're gonna look at this as like the Ford Model T, basically. Like, oh, this thing is barbaric. This thing is from the dinosaur age. But for now, this looks pretty cool. I mean, in the center here, it almost looks like Amazon's Alexa. Like, you probably talk to that thing and it'll do whatever you need it to do. Hopefully we don't see any delays like we've previously seen with Blue Origin. That kind of had some problems in 2020. There was a large 9-month delay, hiatus between flights for their NS program. I think with this successful launch, we'll hopefully see the targeted date that they've put for February for another launch. And if that one goes well, everything's clear for an April testing of putting people into space. That's really all I had to talk about with this episode. I just wanted to kind of get that out to you guys. I know a lot of my followers here love to hear about the space missions, what's going on with space and things like that. And although Blue Origin is nothing like SpaceX, it's still important to keep them in mind because they have some cool projects going on as well. And you don't want to just have one company doing everything. You want to have competition there and a little bit of variety, some different things going on, things like that. So that's all I have for you guys. If you want more content like this, make sure to smash the like button, click the subscribe notification bell so you know whenever a new episode comes out, and drop a comment. Let me know. What do you guys think about the episodes? Anything I'm missing? Anything you guys want me to include? Things like that. Either way, have a good one.